This is ridiculous. But welcome back to Take the L podcast, where we focus on.
This voice, yes.
You know, it's my podcast voice. You never heard it?
Yeah, no. Go ahead.
It's giving.
I love that we're talking.
Barrietta White.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Where we focus on losses that actually were lessons and focusing on our success. I am extremely excited because we know we're back. We know people's coming back, but we back. And I finally have one of my good friends, Scottie, on it.
Hi,
I'm going to try my best not to say your real name on this. I'm going to try.
It's all right.
I'm going to do
up all the time. My friends slip up all the time, so I'm not necessarily.
Because it's so weird. Call it like people will be like, "Oh yeah, you know Scottie," and I'm like, "Who the fuck is that?" And I'm like, "Oh,
yeah, because I was more Scottie to you too."
Yeah,
I was Scottie too, and then
you were Scottie for like 6 months, if that much.
And then Deani, they find out it's Deani, which I hate.
No, you told me that your real name.
Yeah, either that or you find out through friends that say it, and they're like, "Oh, so what is it? Is it Deani or Scottie?" And then it's like,
To you, it's Scottie.
To me, it's Scottie.
No, I mean to them, the niggas we don't know.
No. These are like people that I don't know. They'd be like, I don't know which one you want to be called. And I'm like,
it's funny.
Thank you for asking. Because that's what really matters.
It is.
But Deani's fine.
I'm not going to call you that, though. I'm going to try my best.
Yeah, okay, let's see. Go ahead.
I'm going to try. It's funny because Mouse still calls you Scottie. And he'll say it in conversation, and it'll like take a second for me to register. And I'll be like, oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, it's fine. So I'm very excited because, you know, I think that you are an amazing person.
Oh, see.
I can't. You're already gonna stress me out today. I just think you're an amazing person, and I think that, you know, you have such a big online presence, very apologetically yourself, but also there's so many layers to you that people don't see online. And like I see it because obviously I'm your friend, we see it, but like I think that people make assumptions about you, and I really want you to have the space to be authentically yourself and let people know like this shit wasn't easy. Like don't think like I stumbled into this shit. So so I'm very excited to have you here. I usually you're making this face already
because I'm watching you be a podcast host. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. So I usually, you know, everybody knows who you are online, your persona, but I actually ask people to intro themselves, basically how they feel, who they are, like what identifies and resonates most to yourself. So if somebody be like, who is Scottie Beam, but holistically your real name and Scottie Beam, who do you feel like you are, identify yourself as the most?
I am Scottie Beam, a Black woman who finds tiny pieces of joy throughout a very tumultuous life. So I guess I'm just a very joyous girl who, you know, deals with the punches as they come. So I'm just that. I'm really a happy girl.
No, you are.
Yeah, I'm a happy girl. A happy girl that just likes to live. And that's pretty much it. That's just who I am, who loves to work.
You do.
And loves to do what she does. I love doing the work that I do, but I also like to enjoy life. And I'm learning to do that now in my 30s. Is like enjoy things that I guess in my 20s I overlooked or didn't even look at because I was so focused on being this hard-working woman who eats, sleeps, breathes work all the time. But now it's become something that, yes, I work, but what else are you? What else? Who are you besides that? Because when it goes, and it will go at one point, there's ebbs and flows to this work stuff. So, of course, there'll be a moment where you have to figure out who you are, aside from the work that you do. Yeah. So that's who I am.
I will say, and I know we're not like in the meat of it yet, but I will say I'm extremely proud of the last 2 to 3 years of you because you have really prioritized yourself and not work. Like your workout journey, like going out. Like you used to go out, but you wasn't outside. You've been outside. I've been outside.
Side is out.
And then it's like, it's not even, you know, some people go outside just to be outside. Like you I know you were genuinely enjoying your time. You're reconnecting with friends. You have your car now, and you wasn't even looking at a license before. Never mind driving. Like you are like I have places to go, and bitch, I'm gonna get there.
People to see, baby. I'm a Bronco baby. You understand?
Okay.
I'm driving a truck.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Your
having a
mother
good
getting into the
time.
truck. That video of her.
She's
getting-
so everybody that gets into the truck is so dramatic, and it's not that big. It's just a little Tonka. It's a little Tonka.
little Tonka truck.
A little,
Niggas
Sasquatch.
make Tonka trucks for kids for Christmas so they can. And now she got a little Tonka truck. Fuck out of here, please.
I love my car, but
But
exactly what you said, though. Exactly what you said. The
Yeah.
past 2 years for me, I think everybody has like some sort of awakening. I think my awakening, of course, unfortunately, was through a man. But it has this, it's always a thing where.
Nah, we have to be serious on that shit today. No, actually, we don't. That's one of the.
But it's like, it's.
And I was not.
it's through
I was
a
not even gonna
breakup.
bring that up. At
No,
all.
it's a breakup. I'm honest, and you know that.
Yeah.
I cannot not like I can't do that. I don't know how people. So through a breakup, I had a moment where I don't know. It felt like I was out for a long time, and somebody came and snapped their fingers. I think of what's the movie with Cuba Gooding Jr. and Tom Cruise. Jerry Maguire. So
Shout out to Bridget
Thank
for
you,
help.
Bridget.
Bridget Kelly for helping us
Damn.
in the corner.
because
we don't know white movies.
Right.
What white man are you talking about?
I was like one of them times. I knew it was Tom.
Tom Cruise,
Okay.
Tom Ford.
So-
I don't know which one of these
Right.
niggas are you talking about. Could be Tim.
Right. So it's a movie. So that movie, Cuba was out. He's gone. He had ran into somebody. He's a football player, and he was just knocked out cold. And they were counting him down. And then the last snap, he woke up. And that's how I felt after the breakup. I was like, what the fuck have I been doing these last 4 years? What is going on?
Mm-hmm.
So when I had that moment, I had to reassess a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I lost a lot of connections with friends and family members. And not like total loss, but just not as close as we used to be because my priorities was fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I decided to get my life in order. Hired a therapist, went back into doing the things that I used to do that I enjoyed, that I covered up because I wanted somebody to accept me for who I wasn't. Mm-hmm. So I decided to incorporate those things, put them back in my life, and start to live for me. And then aside from just that, I was asking myself a lot of questions and wanting to not have them answered, but just explore those questions. Mm-hmm. And so, one of those being, who am I aside from work? Because I think that's the most alluring thing about me sometimes is is my job and what I'm able to do and the impact and
Scottie's
everything.
so cool.
Yeah,
Scottie's
and
in
stuff
the
like
culture.
that. But I can't. I found myself being a slave to everybody's perception. Mm-hmm. And I just didn't want to do that anymore.
And I'm glad. That's literally, I told you, that's literally why I'm not why I wanted you here, because obviously I think you have a beautiful career and you've done so much, you've accomplished a lot. But I also think that because you're in the public eye so much, we have a very personal connection, and I know who you are past that, and I sometimes I see people talking to you online, and you know me, I can't look at y'all comments because I be ready to beat everybody the fuck up. But also I'm just there's so much more to you than that, and I'm I don't know if any of your interviews, any of the things that you've done has shown the light on past your online persona or past your work. So I think that's also
What do you mean by that?
Nobody's ever really talked about, I don't think you've talked about stuff, but you haven't talked to, other than with Sylvia, I think that was the most where you talked about your life. Everything else has been hip hop, culture,
work.
Who's interviewing
yeah.
someone. You haven't gotten so deep other than your show with Sylvia, which has been gone for a bit.
Yeah. So
if the thing is, if you aren't tapping into there, if it's usually niggas weren't listening to Scottie, Sylvia, Scottie. No, they weren't listening to y'all show.
Right.
So like niggas when they attack you online, I'm like, I want to beat y'all up because y'all just. But also you don't care. I care all the time. That's my problem.
I see.
care
The thing
too much.
is, like, this is gonna sound crazy, so a specific gender, I don't take seriously, right? So
I love you so much.
no, I sometimes I take less seriously than another gender.
Okay, that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So most of the things don't hurt me because of what I know systematically this place has done to you.
Mm-hmm.
I know how damaged you are already by what comes out your mouth. Mm-hmm. I am aware of how broken you are. So I don't need to go back and forth with you because you have shown. And then when usually you see it on Insta, if it's on Twitter, it's usually you see the comment about you, but then if you scroll, you see how negative and hurt this person is, and you say, oh, clearly you are in pain, and ain't shit I could do about it. But also, one side of me said, I hope that pain eats you up, and I hope you die inside. But also, aside from that, it's hope you get help, move on. It has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And a lot of the shit that people say, men say about me, ain't got nothing to do with me. Either you wanted to fuck me and you can't. Either you want to be as smart, but you don't have the capacity. You just don't have the bandwidth. It doesn't exist for you. Or, your life is shit and you just don't know how to be happy for anyone else.
When you said the die, I thought about the Kevin Gates shit where he'd be like, people are like, I wish you well. I don't. I hope you die today.
Well, this is why I say die inside. I don't want you to die physically. Just die inside. That's worse, actually. So, juices.
We might have two different perspectives. That's another conversation.
Listen, I don't want you to physically die. I don't put that on nobody.
You're right. I don't. I want everybody to be happy.
Emotionally, spiritually, I hope you feel numb inside.
Yeah.
And don't have any guidance. And you don't know what to do with yourself.
Okay, we jumped right in.
Sorry.
But no. It's fine. Because I asked you this. And I said, we got right to the meat. But I do want to, we have to do the music part.
Okay.
Because you have to say it. And I know you thought you could get away from it for a second.
What?
The R&B questions. Oh. So your top 3
well,
R&B.
Well, first of all, Sio has said to me my top 3 R&B albums that from the day I was born.
Date on or after, yes. And I gave it to you days in advance for you to think.
So, I'm going to say Black Summer Night. Is it Black Summer Night? Waxwell?
Yes.
So that, Chasing Summer, Sir. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say Leon LaHavis. I don't care if it's not R&B. I don't care. It's R&B to me.
You put me onto her. You have talked about her so much.
That lady has changed my life through lyrics. It's insane. And it's mind-boggling to me how much wisdom this lady has. And she's not even 40. Yeah. I don't know how old she is.
That's how I feel about Cleo Soul. But I'm also sad about that I didn't get those tickets. So
I love Cleo Soul. I just have a few questions.
What is it?
But we can move on. We are talking about other things.
Yeah. We're talking about other things.
We could just, because I see how Bridget's looking at me.
Yeah. I feel like that's going to change the whole trajectory of this situation.
Let me go ahead. I love her, though. Love her voice.
I will say her music feels like prayers to me. I don't know why.
Yeah. It's just affirming. It's very affirming.
Yes, I think that's what it is. And sometimes
not many lyrics, but they affirm for sure.
Oh, so you're gonna say that she doesn't have a lot of substance?
No.
Oh, I was like, that's how I feel about
affirming is deep. It's rooted. I feel it. There's depth. Mm-hmm. But it's only 4 bars that she sings over and over again. Am I crazy?
So this is how I feel about 112. But Cupid is mid. Cupid has eight
I'm
lines. Sorry. I don't care.
Cleo Soul. What's that song? You are love. No. Are there any more words than no? Okay. So that's what all I'm saying.
Understandable. I appreciate those words though. So it's okay.
No.
And I'm not saying that she's not. I'm not saying I get it though, but I'm saying I understand because 112 is good, but they don't have a lot of lines.
Right. There's no substance.
There's no
substance.
substance.
but she has substance. I just want to hear more of what you have to say about
Yeah,
knowing that
okay.
I'm loved. What else? And that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's all.
All right. Second question is, what is your most favorite interview? Is that the word? Your favorite
My
interview you ever
favorite
did?
interview? I don't think I have one yet.
Really?
I've interviewed a lot of people. One thing about me is I'm not a present girl. As far as like doing work sometimes, I'm present when I'm doing things like in traveling or things like that. But when I'm working, I really like, hope it's good. Hope people like it. I loved it. It was nice. Next.
This is actually so funny because I just said this to Bridget in my
Yeah.
interview. Like, I disassociate.
Yeah.
And I just like,
I don't, because I have to think about something that I got to work. I got to do more things. I got other stuff to do. And just harping on, I think one interview would keep me from doing other stuff.
Really?
So I just don't. I do. I don't even listen back to a lot of the stuff that I do sometimes. I can't. My voice, I don't know how people do it. God bless y'all.
I hate
sometimes
my
my
voice.
voice is a little too rugratty for me.
Yeah, no. I think I sound like Remy Ma with a sinus infection. So I actually,
No, you do not.
I sound
No, you do
terrible.
not. Somebody says I sound like Marge from Simpsons.
Who the fuck said
Then somebody
that?
said I sound like Lisa from Simpsons. So either way, I sound like a Simpson, which is the worst.
Great. I actually like your voice. I
Thank
think,
you.
but I hate mine. I think it doesn't sound like that here. But like when I listen to myself back, especially when I laugh, oh my
Yeah, no,
god,
my laugh is ignorant.
ugly.
It's so ugly.
It's so
It's
like
really
what's
the
the word? I
reason.
go off. Like it's just
Yeah, like I have a cackle.
Yeah.
Like I laugh like a geese.
Oh god.
Like geese, and I don't like it.
When I
can't
listen
help
back to
it.
like Insta stories,
Ooh. I just draft everything at this point.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm at a party and I'm laughing, like, let me go ahead and draft it.
yeah. Don't let me be drunk, baby.
draft
Terrible.
it. I gotta draft
Terrible.
it.
You're better than me. I just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna post it. I would say I've listened to a lot of your interviews. I was very proud of your El Varner interview because that's your project.
That's my project.
Which is, and it's funny because I sent a voice note to Bridget when I decided to. Me and Sean had a meeting the day before you released your podcast, and Sean is like, "Are we bringing this back?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's so much work. It's so much energy." And I feel uninspired and I don't know what to do. And then you sent us the clip. And I was like, oh, this is it. So technically you are the reason this podcast is back.
Stop.
No, I'm serious.
Stop. Because
Okay.
stop. Because stop it.
Okay.
Because y'all know what y'all doing. All right,
I'm not
Oprah.
even trying to.
Don't.
Okay. But
My makeup is nice.
Your makeup is nice. It's very nice. I'm not going to make you cry. I don't think I'm going to make you cry. But I do think like it came right on time because I literally had the meeting with Sean the day before you sent us the clip that what you were getting ready to do. And it was so funny because like in the beginning of the interview with like Elle, you were like, there's just so many things and so many reasons I wanted to interview. And that's how I felt. Yeah. I'm like, yo, I think that you're so accomplished. And I was like, I just want to make sure that you like, why would you look at me like that? Okay.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people look at you and they're like, they want to be like you. They want to have your confidence like you. They want to do the things like you, but they don't know the work that it took to get. Are you really about to cry? I can't know.
I'm trying to keep it together. But
Okay.
when you say things like confidence,
I know
that blows me up because I feel like I have none.
But that's the thing, though. I know because I know you. We've had so the story. I don't even remember how we actually. I know where we met. I don't know how we became friends. We met at Sweet 36.
I remember. I know how we became friends.
You do?
But I don't want to say it over the air.
You might have to tell me.
We both didn't like the same person. And you had said something and I looked over at you. I said, what did you say? She said, and fuck that. Da da da. And I said,
that sounds word accurate.
What's your name?
That sounds
and
accurate.
I said, the ops got together.
I remember we were at Sweet 36 and you had blue hair at the time.
I did.
And we were at the bar.
Oh my God.
And I was like, nah, I ain't gonna hold you. this little blue eyelash combo look cute. And you were like, I get my eyelashes done. And I was like, okay. And I was like, what's your name? And you were like, Scottie. And I was like, you know, there's a girl, Hot 97, whose name's Scottie. She was like, that's me. And I was like, damn, bitch, I guess I don't watch the videos on YouTube. I didn't know what you look like.
I'll be in the cut.
And I was like, oh. But also, this is actually, it's so funny because people are like, you have so many friends who are like, I use quotes because y'all are not celebrities to me.
I'm not.
Okay. Who are popular?
Bridget's a celebrity. There are several, there are tiers. I am a person who's known from time to time.
When you posted that thing and said that you weren't popular, I was so glad that people ransacked you.
Bridget.
Because I wasn't going to do it because I know everybody else was.
Beyonce knows her name. Please.
You ate me up. That's it.
Ate me
You're
up.
right.
For those who didn't hear, because
Our name. Because Bridget is a, please
Bridget's
don't. Bridget, that's why you should have been here. Go ahead.
It's fine. I love
She
when there's a
pisses
little
me
side.
off.
I love when there's like a little side talk. But
She's my favorite side talk though for any podcast I'd be doing. She'd be on the side.
people be like, you know, you have so many friends who are celebrities or famous or whatever, well known, and like I remember when like I was in the height. I don't consider myself working in media. Y'all eat me up with that. I think I worked in tech and at events. Again, you always do that face to me, and I don't like it. I don't think I worked in media and entertainment. It's fine.
Okay, I guess.
So when people ask me how I know y'all, and a lot of times it just be like, I didn't know who you were, and I just started talking to y'all.
Entertainment. Okay. Yes. I'm gonna
All
let you
right.
have it. I'm gonna let you have it. Yes.
So-
Go ahead.
So yes,
You could do both.
you're right.
You
I say I
both.
worked in tech and events.
Tech and events, entertainment, which is entertainment. So yes, love it.
Okay. Well, anyway, back to what I was saying. Because I think that, I think that people do they see you in the space that you are now.
Yeah.
Like you said, when people say that you are so confident, they want to emulate who you are. And you're like, you don't even know the work that I deal with. I did to get here, but also what I still deal with. And I wanted to know, like, what do you think is like the biggest misconception that people have about who you are?
One, that I'm not a lover girl. That burns me up. I don't know what it is because of this whole, I think the shtick of me being a savage or whatever it is in my past life. And meaning my past life, that's 20s. Please everyone, just please.
I was letting you talk.
No, you have an onlooker who's looking like this. I just need everybody to know that I think that's a big misconception because I am a big lover. First of all, I'm a Libra.
I was about to say the L in Libra stands for lover.
Thank you. I'm a lover.
And liar, but that's a different that's usually the men.
Listen,
That's
when
usually
it's
the
necessary.
men. That's usually the men.
When you got a lot of men sometimes to just be able to live a better, smoother life. But as far just kidding, please. But I will say that's one of my I think because I've spent so much time having to be aggressive, having to tell people like it is, having to correct people, and I sometimes correct people without the love, so it sounds way more brash and harsh, than I think somebody else would do it. Also, I'm good at clapping back, and so people see a lot of those things and don't think, oh, she's capable of loving someone or being a lover girl. I am definitely a lover girl.
You are.
I just need the space to do it, and I feel like for not these 2 years, but before, there weren't any spaces for me to be softer. And I'm not talking about soft girl era, things like that. I'm talking about as far as just, sorry. I'm sorry, yeah.
Because some people need that.
Yeah, and it is an era, but it should last your life. Like, I'm trying to figure out how I can infuse that, like try to be softer in ways I didn't think of before. So I think before in this industry, you can't really be soft. There's no soft anywhere, especially where I came from. Like, I came from Hot 97. It was male dominated, and it's hip hop. Who's soft in there? So, there was just never, and then the mentors that I have, they're not soft. So nobody's soft. It was all like tough love. And now I'm realizing that now that I want to be a mentor, I'm trying to figure out ways to be softer to those people, way softer than what I had for sure. But correcting people with love and not necessarily thinking that everything, one mistake is an end all be all. I think back in the day, like I would think that if I messed up, that's it. Your career is over. There's nothing else. It's over. Like there is no coming. But my mentors had made me think that way, you know. And I think it's just a way of survival for them. That's how they survived.
And that's how they had to.
Right.
It was that way for them.
Right. And it was that way for us, you know. But I think as I grow, it changes. And these kids won't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? They could make a healthy amount of mistakes and be able to, and I have been able to make a healthy amount of mistakes and stand up once again. But yeah, I would say that's a big misconception is that like I'm this hard, you know, even if I'm funny, like if I'm funny, people are like, wow, I had no idea you were funny. Nigga, what drill sergeant do you think I am? What military?
Really?
Yes. People, it's the most, actually, like, it's the most, I think, common thing when I meet people. I'm, like, really nice and things like that. And they're like, oh, my God, you're so nice. When have I been so mean? But I know that I just correct people. And also, I don't tolerate ignorance. If it's ignorant and it's rude,
you're not going to stand for it.
I'm not going to allow you to just say shit.
Anything.
Out your ass just because you got a mouthpiece. I don't like it. So, yeah. I think I could do both. And just to explore the duality is all I'm saying.
I also think you have been doing a good job of being softer. Not that you're trying. I think you have. No, I think you have been.
Okay.
It probably is still a process. But I think that, like, if you look at, like, when we first met, like, you would only wear baggy stuff. You would wear sweats in the summertime. I'd be like, bitch, you're hot. But you're like, this is what I feel comfortable with. Because you're just so used to.
Well, because you didn't want the perception to be if you wear tight clothes and you wear the things that you want, the whatever girly outfits, they won't take you serious.
Yeah.
Especially in hip hop. They won't take you serious. So you would have to dress like them and be like them.
Yeah.
In order for them to actually look your way and actually, I guess, think about, having you involved in certain things. So that's the name of the game. Also, I have ass.
I was about to say,
tits.
you've always had a body, so
I have
like
a body on
it would
me.
be that was your way of just like, you couldn't wear anything else without it showing.
Hell
and
no.
It still showed through the sweat. So like
It kind of, but shit, my shit was baggy.
it was.
Okay, and at one point, I was a thin baby. And so, like, I had to hide those things about myself because I just didn't, even down to my hair, I would wear a hat all the time. I didn't want anyone to see what I had going on because I just knew from there they would not take me seriously.
But I'm proud of you because you have made people take you seriously at the same time, as still also be able to be softer, be in that step in that.
Yeah, but also I think it's also having people around you who treat you softly. I don't think I've had a lot of people who treated me softly back then. Even down to the friends. I think a lot of my friends back in the day were like very much so like, I'm not going to say treated me like a pit bull, but treated me like when there's trouble, I was the person they called. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a call to be like, hey, how's she doing? Where is she at mentally? What's going on? Is she all right? It was like, hey, this girl wants to fight me for a parking spot. Let me call Scottie. Like that's me.
No, but
you know what I'm saying?
I get that though, because that's how people think I am. Like,
right. So it was never about, or Scottie, I'm very, I know how to give advice about men or whatever it is. I would be called for that more than I'd be called for like, hey.
A check-in.
Yeah, like, you've been kind of silent. What's going on? These kind of things. I think once I also changed the people around me, I was able to see myself the way that they see me. And also, a lot of the people who listen to the podcast, they were able to actually hear me and understand me. And that was also really helpful because they were able to see me the way that I've been wanting to be seen. So yeah, those were the things that had to change in order for me to do the soft stuff that I want to do
Do you feel like
for
you're in a good
myself.
space now with like who's around you and
Oh yes,
okay. I'm happy to hear that.
I'm not gonna cry, but
Okay.
that has been.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm very happy to hear that. I
Hmm.
didn't know what your answer was going to be, but
Oh.
I'm extremely happy to, because we see each other. We haven't seen each other in a while. We talk to each other. We send each
Hmm.
other a lot of voice notes. Please, Lord,
Lots.
please,
Please
Lord, don't let them ever
don't
get.
release them because then we gotta do this again, and we gotta do a whole
We,
apology
we,
tour,
yeah.
baby.
It's giving shits and giggles podcast. So the way that we
Ooh,
gonna have to,
they would for real.
it's gonna give shits and
Apology tour for sure.
100%.
Hmm.
But like, you know, we do try our best to check in on each other.
Yeah.
I think even through the fuckery,
Yeah.
but like most of our lives, we just kind of be like, all right, is she okay? Or
Hmm.
we'll see. So I'm glad to hear that I'm not just like imagining that you are doing
No,
better.
I am so full. My heart is so full. I am so blessed. This is the happiest I've been in about 7 years.
Praise God.
So I truly, I don't, yeah. I just feel like, and because it's the end of the year, I've been reflecting a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, I've been very emotional because
Mm-hmm.
of all the work that I've been able to do this
Mm-hmm.
year. Aside from the work, like, the actual
A
work, but
professional work.
the work that I've done with myself, I've really been able to clap my hands for myself one time because, baby, I did it.
I'm so happy to hear this because I feel like the last few years have been hard for you
Ooh,
too.
chill.
Stop making me fucking
Because
snort.
because I don't know.
No,
I
it was
was
like
thinking
back to back.
I did something. Like whatever the karma was. I was running through my mind over and over again thinking if it was something that I've done to God to make him hate me so much, to make him despise me so much that he would put so much on my plate and get me to a point where I felt like I was going to break. But I realized that after breaking, because I did break, there were times that I did feel like I'm at a point where I don't think you could break into smaller pieces. But once I had completely broken into these small pieces, I was able to collect those small pieces and put them together in a way that I wanted to do it. That doesn't look the same, possibly. I think that way, that old way, however it was formed that way for a reason, but there is a way for me to put these pieces together the way that I want them to be put together. So the only way I could be able to do that is to break it all the way down. So I broke it all the way down. And God, please, I don't want no more breakage. But
Please,
I
2025. We would like the
just
the. I know we're not talking about the soft era, girl era, but whatever the spa package is, I
yeah.
need that from God.
Well, my friend had asked me what um what is it that you want more of for 2025 and what is it that you want less of? And I said I would like more confidence, but more importantly, I would like less strength. I feel like I have definitely showed and proved that I can do strength really well.
I'm laughing not because this is funny. I'm laughing because I this interview is me and Bridget's interview.
Yeah.
I said I don't want to be resilient anymore. I know that's one of my
I've done it.
biggest like.
And people say it all the time. Oh, she's so strong. I love it. Thank you. And I'm gracious to have the strength that I do have.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's just so funny.
But I
It's
would
not
just
funny.
love
A break.
a break for a second and stop trying to prove and have to prove to everyone that this is another fight, but I got
You got
hands
through it.
yet again. I can do it. I can do it. And I feel like at some point, I just would like a little bit of ease where I would like to feel softer or like to feel, not weak, but I just would like to just be free of
Relax.
having to have my hands up every time,
You
or
would,
waiting for the other shoe to
you want
drop.
to get off the defense.
Yeah, because you do that. So much shit happens. You think, like, during the summertime, I was having really, like, I was spiritually very happy, and I saw issues with it, and I was upset that I was happy because I was stressed, and I'm about to cry now because I there is something. Well, sorry. So when I was
Don't say
talking to my
something.
therapist, I was like, yeah, um, I'm happy, but I don't like feeling like this because I know that this shoe is gonna drop. Whatever shoe, because about 1,000 of them shoes didn't drop, so I can't see the other one. Whatever shoe is about to drop. So I'm spiritually light. I don't like this feeling. It feels uncomfortable. And she said it feels uncomfortable because you don't feel this often,
You're not used
and
to it.
you are fighting it instead of just letting it happen. And when the other thing happens, if it happens, you will deal with it. You are protecting yourself against something that you can't control in the first place. You won't be able to control that anyway when it happens. You don't know what's going on. But feel this in the moment. Be happy that you have these moments where you can feel light and you can feel joy. She said, but this is the name of the game of life. This is it. You're just going, you're going to. So we, of course, explored the ways in which, like, my discomfort with having to just be okay with being
Being
happy,
happy. You,
and light. But I still feel uncomfortable,
it's
which
a weird
is a
feeling.
problem.
I feel like it's a very weird feeling, and it's weird because it's a continuous thing when you have to be on the defense. And I'm a quote whore. Like I be writing quotes down. I have a whole notes app
Same.
full of
Me
quotes.
too.
And there were two quotes that, like, I'm thinking about as you're saying this. And the first one was, if you're always on the defense, you're always going to attract a war or an attack.
Yeah.
And it was like, yes, we're putting the energy out that, we're ready for something bad to happen. So obviously it's going to come to
You're
us.
attracting something that's not even looking for you.
But also I thought about, like, that we need the pockets of joy to sustain us through the bad. Like, so the shoe is actually going to always fucking drop.
Yeah.
There's mad shoes, honestly.
Yeah, there's so many shoes.
There's so many shoes, and it's like the only reason I feel like we survive the bad times is because we've had the reserve of the good.
Yes.
So, like, you have to enjoy.
It's the pockets of joy that will fuel you to go to the next point or get you to that
Yeah, because
light
there
at
was
the
always
end
a
of the
good
tunnel.
point.
Yes. So there was always a good moment in your life that you could think of and be like, wow, that was great. This is hell right now, but I know I can get back to this, and hopefully I can, or a better version of it.
Do you feel like you can enjoy those good pockets now better?
Yes. I can enjoy those pockets now. Because I have so much. The thing I do have confidence in is the strength that I have. So if bad things do happen to me, I am able to be like, you know, I know I can handle it because I'm very strong. Let's work on if you can handle it if you're loved. Let's see if you can handle it when you are loved correctly. Will you be able to deal? Will you be able to stop looking at things that are wrong all the time and trying to predict how it's going to end, and always trying to be on the defense, and also seeing people's flaws immediately and being like, nope, this is not going to work. This is why. I know why. And even though those are some good things to have, I think those are things I have to work on, not just for relationships like with men, but also like not romantic relationships, but also friendships, platonic relationships. So yeah, those are the things that I am thinking about now as far as being able to accept and allow people to love me deeper.
I'm so proud of you, because the last time we had a deep conversation like this, it did not go anything like this.
I was hell.
Like,
I was hell on fire.
it's actually funny because the interview, I'm talking like, people have listened already, but I think this one is going to be coming after mine. But we were talking about the time we went to Brooklyn Chop House, you, me, Gia, and Zaniqua.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the time, like, we were saying, I said, Bridget brought up the fact that I said, I'm not sure if I'm ever going to find somebody. And I was like, I told you this, and you started sobbing and edamame. You were like, I don't want to hear you ever say that. And I was like, it's not a bad thing. But I think also at that point, I was very hopeless. And like, I feel like I have hope now. And I feel like, as you're saying, like, I need to be okay with the good times. Like, even I have found people.
Yeah.
It's not like I've never. I be getting niggas.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
I be joking, but I be getting.
I'll tell you.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna say.
Hold on, bitch.
You want? I mean, no. I said because I'm a backer. You understand?
You
I'm
are.
behind her. Because I'm gonna name them niggas.
Please don't name the niggas. I've had gentlemen callers before, and they're not stopping. So just because they did not last does not mean that I haven't found somebody. So I think that's also where I'm like, I need to also work on myself. So when I do find someone that like I'm open more and I'm ready to receive if this is the person for me. So like I think about that time when we were in Brooklyn Chop House.
But you know why I cry? Because my friends, see, help me, Jesus.
Don't make me. I didn't cry on my own interview.
So my friends are so deserving of love. When I look at them, I see love immediately. I don't see nothing else but absolute admiration and love, right? So I just find it so crazy and fucking just insane to me that my friends aren't in 20-year relationships and married by now with several kids, because to me,
several's crazy. Okay, yeah.
Several. I want to be an aunt. So it's just mind blowing to me because y'all are so amazing to be who I am. Like, in order to be the woman that I am, I look to y'all. So many of my women friends are the epitome of fucking greatness and also just Black womanhood that should be celebrated. So y'all are really them girls to me. So when it comes to being a wife, I look to y'all if I ever do that. But if I ever do,
don't look here, but okay.
But no, but
I see what you're saying.
You are wife. I'm so sorry. You give that. There are women to me, my friends, who give wife to me so hard that I'm like, whoo, that nigga gonna be set. When I tell you, set.
I will say,
right.
I'm going to receive that because I know.
But y'all are just so deserving. The problem is, I don't see myself like that.
And that's so funny because I look to you for so much. Like, I don't think you realize how much I look at you and I'm like, I wish I had the voice that you do. Whether you are struggling with it, I wish I had the voice that you do to be like, I just said, this podcast was just so overwhelming for me. I literally was like, I cannot do this. Sean has been sending me messages, asking me to do surveys, research.
Sean
Sean over my shit. Sean has been over me for Sean been over this shit. And I'm like, this is my baby. Like, I had other podcasts before, but this is the one that is personal because it's like all the people that I admire, and like I think other people admire. I know other people admire. To see them in a light where it was like, you don't even understand when y'all were like liking pictures because I was posting a joke or I was posting something where I was having fun with my friend. I was going home and I was losing my motherfucking shit.
Losing it.
Like, I was losing my shit.
Yeah.
And because y'all have this perception of who I am, you don't actually try to get to know me.
Yeah.
And I think that I wanted to give the space for an intimate place for people to get to know who you are. Because I think that's also those parts make you even better to me.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Like, yeah.
Absolutely. I get that. It's just my question to you is,
wait, hold on now.
I'm sorry.
Okay, well, you might as well go ahead.
Because now that you're talking about doing this show again, right? The first time, what will be different as far as your work ethic or the way that you will put the show together? What will be different?
I think that is a great question, and I'm glad you asked that. I think that, 40 is in 9 days, and I've this year, I said it before, this year has dog walked me, mollywopped me, any, baddies club beat me down.
Stop! I'm trying to be serious.
Baddies club beat me the fuck down, and there was a point where it was like you said, it was just, I don't know if I can actually get broken anymore. And I think that, like, through those times, I came back and I was like, you need to start being intentional.
Yeah.
And, like, intentional about everything about you. I said I'm considerate to a fault. I want to make sure that the people that I love feel extremely loved and celebrated by me. And I need to start including myself as to being one of those things. And I feel, even though I am very anxious when I get in front of the camera or share my work, I'm extremely happy podcasting. I'm like, this feels so good and natural to me. And I need to have this creative outlet, because when I don't, I realize how bad I am mentally. Like, I was telling Bridget, there was a year I did not write. And I write all the time. Like,
Yes.
writing is who I am.
She's
like,
a
I think I'm a
great writer.
storyteller, but writing is the best way for it, for
Yeah.
me. I did not even open up a notes app to write a single possible line.
Yeah.
And then I looked at my website one day and I was like, oh, I like to reread my posts. I don't rewatch any of these podcasts, because, again, Remy Ma with a sinus infection. But I reread my work all the time to see how far I've come. And I had to look, and I looked at the date and I was like, oh. And I was like, I've done something. I could publish something right now.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I can't. And I was like, what have I done with my life these last few months? And then I was like, for me and my creative outlet, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Well,
I haven't done anything.
okay, yes, you haven't done anything for your creative outlet, but also,
How is this
Sorry.
about me? Go ahead.
Yes,
Go ahead.
but-
I'm going to let you get it off.
No.
Go ahead.
I think some people have to open their mind as far as thinking about what the creative outlet is. Your life is the creative outlet, correct? So as far as you experiencing things and having to survive and keep your head above fucking water and all these things, they all can be added to the creative process, because it makes you a better creative.
I didn't think it. I wasn't looking at it like that. I
Right.
was looking at it like you said. It was just work.
Yeah.
So, like, even though people were like, you're so good at this, you've been part of these big cultural moments, it was like, this is a paycheck for me. I wasn't seeing the beauty in what I was a part of
Yeah.
for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I think that, I realized that was part of the reason. Like, I was also isolating a lot because I was depressed a lot this year.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't
And that's
coming
another
out.
story to tell, which also adds to the creative outlet.
Mm-hmm.
I think, not saying that everything has exploited it, but I'm saying, I don't like that podcasts are weekly. I've never been a big weekly. Sylvia says this all the time, because I do want to leave room to live and be able to say things that have depth and hold weight and are thought about.
It feels forced.
Right. Sometimes it feels like, hey, what are we going to talk about? All right, this happened on the news. This is pop culture. This is what people saying on Twitter. This is what people saying on Instagram. And it's been like, all right, but what are you saying? What do you think about it? And do you have time to think about it? Because honestly, life is happening and things are happening to people. Things are happening to you. And although I understand having, pop culture,
cadence.
podcasts and all the things like that, but when it's podcasts like this one and my podcast, High Uninspired, I want life to happen in order for me to talk about things that matter, So weekly just doesn't.
Yeah.
I just don't believe in it. I'm
probably never going to have a cadence for this. Like, it's never.
and me neither. And I don't have a cadence for mine because I feel like when it happens, it happens. Now, given I'm gonna do it monthly, but
So that's a cadence. I
Okay.
hate
It's
you.
not a cadence.
I don't
But
like
it's
you.
not like, I have to put something out because that's
Yeah.
when I feel like,
It's forced and it doesn't feel authentic.
yeah, it just leaves the room. Like, it's just like, oh, I'm here doing another podcast, doing another episode this number, and this is what we're going to be talking about because everybody else is talking about it. I don't care. And I really don't. That's another thing I'm finding about myself is I don't really like talking about pop culture moments. It's actually something that younger me said very early, and I was like, I don't want to do entertainment news. I don't want to do entertainment, having to report what's going on in entertainment, things like that, because it wasn't. I don't care about these rich people and celebrities and what they're doing. Now, it's cute to talk about it on Twitter, make jokes.
Jokes. 100%.
Cool.
I love a joke.
Love a joke. And also,
Very unserious.
I love talking deeply about certain things that matter, especially topics that do affect me and you, day-to-day people. Yes, I love talking about those. But when it's like salacious, dumb shit, I don't want to talk about it. I don't care. And
They don't pay anything for me. I understand that.
And that's where the money's at, unfortunately. With some things. They want you to talk about these people. They want to get their clicks up. They want to run it up on YouTube, on Instagram, and all these things like that. All this bait. But I am so not interested that you could see it sometimes. So
I can see it because I know
I'm
you.
just so not interested.
I don't think everybody can see it,
care.
but I think I can see it.
Yes, I don't care.
I be like, I literally will look at you and I'll be like, Scottie got her fake smile on.
Because I don't care. I don't care. There are so many other things to talk about and so many things that's been going on with people that's why I did the podcast, because there's just so many things going on aside from, their work and things like that. It is like, what's going on with you? Like, how do you continue to put one foot in front of the other, or why did you decide to stop putting one foot in front of the other? I would love to know those things because I would love to help myself, and I would also love to help whoever listens. I like impactful work. My mom has instilled that in me since I was a child. She does very impactful work.
Shout out to your mom.
Shout out to my mommy.
We love her.
The Capricorn queen, yes. But
you love a Capricorn, child.
I love a Capricorn.
Love us.
Absolutely.
You hate
Not
us, but
for
you
men.
love us.
I will never date you. But Capricorn,
I won't date them. So I won't date them anymore. So I understand. That's fine.
They just not fun. Do something.
I mean,
they're just not fun. I was just telling my brother, you look boring.
Don't do that to
something.
him. He's fun. They're fun.
Go on dates.
They're fun-ish.
They just like to work.
No, but I'm actually with the podcast. You always said you had this idea for a minute.
Forever
5 years,
long,
right?
Forever 5 years. I had it in my mind because I was uninspired then. And I was like, I need somebody to fund it. I need somebody to do this. I can't do this by myself. That's impossible. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't have the confidence at all to do something, like at all. And who the fuck are you to be sitting down with people? Like, that's how I used to talk to myself.
I'm laughing for two reasons, but the main reason is because that's how I feel about this. Like, I know a lot. I hate when you look at me.
Because I be confused. But yes, I be
you
trying
know
to
what
understand.
it is? It feels like I'm calling in favors. Again, y'all are my well-known friends. I'm trying to be respectful of you. Well-known friends. Y'all are my well-known friends. And a lot of times I don't think of y'all are my friends, period.
Yeah.
When it comes to things like this, it's like, I don't want y'all to feel like I'm taking advantage of the fact that y'all are well known.
Girl.
I don't. Okay, like, god damn, are we not trying
But
to be?
But this is what I mean. You are doing a lot of unnecessary work that just doesn't even pop into my mind or Bridget's.
I know.
So, right, which is an added wrinkle. Relax.
First of all, please.
That's and think about it like that.
40
is what I'm saying.
to think of, but no,
Because it's something that doesn't even
but
enter
you
our minds.
literally just said the same thing.
No, I'm saying, who the fuck are you for me? Because it was like, who are you to think that you can inspire people, right?
You know you do it every day, right?
5 years ago, I was 5 years ago. So
You do not. What were you doing 5 years ago? Was 2019.
all right.
That's why I'm like, you're yelling at me. And this
Well,
is actually our friendship. And I want y'all to understand that this is a glimpse of our
because
friendship.
it's different. I'm worse than you. So then, hold on. So, because I'm worse, you are a flower in my eyes. You do no wrong. And
so
when I'm
sick.
saying,
I'm actually gonna watch back this episode because this is a joke. Because this is literally our relationship in the last 2 years.
But all of that thought process shouldn't even enter your mind because you have real friends, right? Nobody's sitting here thinking, I gotta do Sio this fucking favor.
Now, see, that laugh is so ugly. But
no one's saying that.
But the thing is, I think regardless of what the thought is, there's always something when you have a very personal, intimate project that is always going to deter you, is what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
It may not be the same
But
thing.
I just wanted to lift that up off of you.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying. So that you can have time to stress about something else.
Because I got a lot of stress.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and lift that up off of you because that doesn't exist. Mm-hmm. So now you just stressing over something that doesn't exist. It's pointless. Let's move on.
Okay. So let's move
on
back.
Different stress.
Let's move on back to you where it's you saying that you don't think you would inspire anybody when you do it every day. So, but that's fine.
Well, because it's different.
Why?
That's different.
Why?
Because although I do know that I have inspired people, I don't think I inspire myself. So I don't inspire myself. There's nothing about me back then I thought was inspirational. Mm-hmm. Even though people saw me that way, I just didn't have the eyes to see it myself. Mm-hmm. So I just didn't. I had the way that I talked to myself was very unhealthy. I'm still working on it to this day. Sylvia still says, please be nicer to my friend. She's talking about me because I'm not really good at talking nicely to myself. I'm very hard on myself. And I think everybody is. Mm-hmm. But I give myself up to just 0 grace because I should always know better and I should always do better. And I should also be doing more. But like back then, I just felt like I didn't know what people wanted from me. I didn't know what I wanted from me. And then if I was doing this, like, would people actually get help? And then, like, I start thinking about numbers, and it got exhausting. Like, back then, it just was exhausting.
So what changed now?
I don't give a fuck.
Love that for you.
I do not care.
I love that for you.
And I mean, honestly and truly, the way that I've made this show, I only care about the questions that I ask, the answers that I get, the impact and inspiration that I get it from. And I go on about my day. I have not checked the numbers. The only reason why I have checked the numbers is because my friend Marie called me. She goes, bitch, 20,000 people have seen this interview.
I watched it 3 times already.
That's insane.
I thought it was amazing. Well, there's a few.
And stuff like that makes me cry because I don't think about that anymore because I've tried to remove myself from
and I
being
think you still should.
So caught up in the perception, in the people's thoughts, in the what, if people are like it, because that's what keeps me from sharing things. So I try to say, fuck it, just put it out. I don't care.
I think there's a few
even
reasons.
it being long. Sorry.
No,
because it being long was a thing too. Because people don't watch long interviews. People don't watch long YouTube. You see a lot of things about you're reading up on how to keep the audience right and things like that. And so I just was like, I do not care. I'm putting it up in full. People can cut out when they
Champs
want.
is the equivalent of Roots, and niggas watch that shit every time.
Please, and I'm gonna have you arrested because that is the truth. Don't you ever say that.
I know.
Roots. The Roots.
It's Roots. Isn't that the movie with slavery?
You're ridiculous.
yeah.
Roots.
My family ain't watching because we West Indian. Niggas is not. We was watching Oliver and Mr. Bean.
And that's a problem we got to discuss within our community.
Yeah, we watched Serafina came out when I was older, so I watched it on my own. But we definitely watched Serafina.
I don't know what that is.
But see,
let me tell you something. And I'm not West Indian though.
Yes, you are.
I'm Caribbean. I'm not West Indian.
Caribbean West Indian is interchangeable for me. Okay, that's a different. That's a different. That's a geography podcast.
Okay.
That ain't us. But I listened to it 3 times. One, because I think Ella's an amazing artist. She said a few things, especially a lot of my stuff is centered around death for me, just in how I move.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things have grounded me as death. And she said something that I think about every fucking day. She said, I don't do things to honor my father. I honor my father by doing things for me. And I said, bitch, I almost threw Ginger in the house. Like when she said that, I had to pause it and take a minute. But also, I remember when you saw Elle at Essence Fest. I was right
That's
next
when
to y'all.
it happened. She had walked up to me and said it, and I was like, huh?
You started sobbing
Because
on the
love
floor.
that man. So I was confused.
And
and
you did
their
not know.
relationship is like very like me and my mom's. So
I think
just
that's
the way
why
that
it was.
she said it just, and she was just passing like, "Hey, yeah, it happened, yeah."
Yeah, and then you stopped her.
So what's
And you
going
said,
on?
"What do you mean?" I remember specifically. I was right next to y'all on the floor of
I was
Essence
confused.
at the concert at Essence.
Yeah.
And so when she was your first episode, I immediately thought Jackson, because I walked away because like you were saying something. You were like, she said ever since my dad, and you were like, what about your dad? And she said, oh, like you didn't know. And you were like, you kept saying, what about your dad? Like, I need you to say it. And then she said, and then y'all started hugging and crying. And then like, I was like, oh, I got to move because this is an intimate moment.
Yeah.
And I remember somebody was like trying to walk up. Somebody was trying to walk up to both of y'all. And he was like, is that Scottie and Elle? And I was like, not now. Not now. I was like playing bodyguard. Me and Gia were like, no, stay the fuck over there. Try to hit on her later. They don't, neither one of them want you. Stay over there.
Shut up.
It was like 3 niggas circling. And me and Gia were like,
Shut up. No, it's, that's another reason is I wanted to talk about grief. This year, grief had me like, even though this year hasn't been, this year was good for me. Like, it was good. I wouldn't say great, but it was good, and it was good to me. Those pockets of grief, man. Scary times.
yeah.
And I had a hard time trying to, it's like, live for this person, do this for this. And I'm like, well, it's a little different too when the person that you're grieving, because I was grieving several people. I was grieving my grandmother who passed, and also my very close friend who I call him a brother. His name is Badia. And losing somebody around your age just does not sit well.
At all.
At least with my grandmother, I had the moments where I was like, she lived her life and she got to plan her funeral the way that she wanted it done. She did everything on her. She even had like the post-it note of what she wanted to wear. My girl was ready.
I love a plans queen.
Okay, my girl was ready. She bought plots for all of us. We all have plots. But she's just very...
Is she a Capricorn too?
No, she's not. She's an Aquarius.
Oh, close enough. Close enough.
But, yeah, no, I was saying that to say, like, trying to figure out what this grief... I was trying to fix it. I don't think you fix it.
You can't.
I was trying to figure out ways in which, like, this can feel better. And although I have found some things that ease my pain a little bit, as far as like remembering him and doing things, just to get me to smile and think about our dynamic and how I know if he sees me doing certain things, he'd be like, this damn girl, dog. So those moments, bring light and smiles, but just to still sit there and be like, this guy won't have the rest of my life or his or just the time. There's no more time. I'm forever, for the rest of my life, going to have to go back to these same pictures. And there'll never be new ones. And there'll never be new memories. And there'll never be a new experience. So that fucks me up a little bit because he's my age. And we're supposed to live together. We're supposed to experience stuff. You're supposed to see stuff. and now you'll have it at a different angle. But I just, it doesn't sit well with me, and I'm still trying to figure that out because I also have a tiny bit of survivor's remorse where you're like, I don't know, he was just so much better than me, like some people are just so much better than you, and you're like, they deserve this chance than I do, more than I do. So I miss him very much. So, yeah.
I think that's understandable, but I
Yeah.
also think that you are such an amazing person. Again, I've said it 1,000
Yeah.
times. So but I don't want to dismiss that feeling because I understand that feeling
Yeah.
100%. And it's just like, it's almost like, what did I do to deserve to be here over them?
Yeah.
And it don't make sense, but I don't think it's ever going to make sense.
It's
and if
not.
you try to make half this fucking world don't make sense, honestly. If we
Yeah.
try to make it make sense, we're going to drive ourselves crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you know that you can't fix it.
Yeah.
Because it took me
Can't fix it.
36 years to figure out
Yeah.
that you can't fix it. You just got to manage it. I remember my therapist said that. I was like, I need you to fix my anxiety. And she was like, we don't fix anxiety, we manage it. And I was like,
Manage it.
that's not what I'm here for.
Yeah.
I came here for a solve.
No.
And I think once, you also have to grieve realizing there's not going to be a solution. So
There's no solution that would heal everything. There'll be a solution to being like, okay, well, when I miss this person, this is what I'll do in order, to ease it. But as far as fixing it and making it 100% better, it just won't. It won't ever feel like that. And that is it just feels shitty
Terrible.
sometimes. Like, it's really bad. And I just watch a lot of people also lose people, and I'm an empath. So I just was thinking about death a lot this year,
I think about death a lot every year.
Same.
It sucks because a lot of and this is why I was also very hit by what she said. A lot of my big moments in life and like the changes that I made have been because of death. And like even now, my grandmother has not passed. We love Laura. She has not passed. But she's older. She's in a nursing home. And I'm grieving her now. This might make me cry. Wow. I'm grieving her now. Ooh, no. I'm grieving her now.
Yes.
So it feels like I'm making these changes because it's like, I know these things are coming.
Yeah.
And I want to do this for me. So I was really happy to hear that. And I did sob at the fucking podcast because I was listening to what she said, but I was also very proud of you and what you did. So yes, we are. And also I was feeling uninspired too. Like I said, I thought about this podcast a lot. And I was just like, I was on other people's podcasts. I loved it. And I was like, I just wasn't putting the effort into myself.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you for doing it.
I love you.
I love
I'll
you
do
too.
anything. Anything you ask me to do, I'm doing
I'm
it.
talking about the podcast, not this one. I'm talking about yours.
Okay, thank you.
Stop making me snort on
No.
camera. This is going to be on video. Me snorting, and
No,
it's very ugly.
No. But thank you for saying that, because I think a self-doubter like myself needs to hear it, especially from people who I respect and like appreciate and know. I know that they know good podcasts.
Yes.
They know good content.
I love it to give a note, so I would have
Yes,
had
a note.
I would have had a note for you.
So I
but
sent you all the stuff. But because I'm very critical. But yeah, it meant a lot. I cried when I released it.
I know you were thrown. Well, you ended up having food poisoning, but you thought you were sick from anxiety.
Oh yeah, sick, throwing up, and I was like, oh yeah, for sure. This is because I'm releasing this thing, and I just
like the fact that you didn't even think that you were actually physically sick, and you thought it was just because you were releasing this. It was. I laughed. So
when I booked the studio time, I threw up to do the podcast. I threw up. Then I started crying. Then I started saying, I'm stupid for doing this. This is crazy. I shouldn't do this. I will literally have a whole manic episode. It'll be a whole issue. And then I'll do it, watch it, hate it, then watch it again, say, okay, there's some parts in here I do like. And then eventually I had to watch over and over again in order to literally I memorized the whole thing from front to back because I just was like, okay, I wanted to be good, and also I was, you know, I just wanted people to see Elle the way that I see her.
And I think that was, I'm, we look at her as like a singer, great singer.
Great singer.
And we look at her at like the work that she's done. But there
Yeah.
was just so many, like it sounds stupid. And it's not trying to be like disrespectful, but like I didn't even think of like her person. I hate thinking about celebrities. I don't give a fuck about celebrities' personal life because they don't pay shit.
Facts.
But it wasn't until y'all were on that floor and I'm like, oh, she has a personal life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think that we look at these people and any people and forget what's going on behind their public persona.
Yeah.
So I'm very thankful that you did that.
Yeah.
And we are going to start to wrap this up, but I want to
We're rapping.
Yeah.
Okay.
First of all, I'm not having your Capricorn mother come and make me miss my 40th because she choked me out.
I had to silence the phone, child, because she already texting people talking about when can we made reservations yet, girl?
What do you hope that people learn from you in your experiences?
I hope that all it really takes is just you like a slither of you believing in the stuff that you want to say, in the beliefs that you have, the hope that you have for society. Those things matter, and that if you believe in it and you actually have those like things ingrained in your spirit, because they're gonna have to be ingrained. The way that people have tried to talk me out of backing black women, try to talk me out of backing whomever it is that I'm behind, simply because they have whatever negative spirit they got or whatever they have against black women or whatever. I don't give a fuck what it is. But it's going to have to live in you, and you're going to have to be unapologetic about it. You're going to have to stand 10 toes down on it and believe in the work that you do. Like, I'm 100% behind only putting out work that you can answer for. When somebody asks you about the stuff that you do, you're going to have to answer for it. Even a lot of the things that I've done or how I handle people, I can answer to that. Like, I know if I'm ever questioned on it, I know that I can answer. So, and I can stand behind it. Make shit that you can stand behind, that you believe in, that you're not ashamed of. Mm-hmm. That you will have to, years down the line, have to cringe that your grandchildren find it on YouTube. Shit like that. That's important to me. And that, we talk about legacy a lot, and I'm not really big on legacy talk because some of it sounds so egotistical to me. But it's like, whomever finds the stuff, I know that I would be proud that somebody is watching. So I think that's what people would learn from the stuff that I have done. The stuff that I have done, I can answer to. And I'm so proud of. I won't say it often. This is probably one of the only times.
You want to say it again because the next question I got is about that.
God.
Bridget, and you could blame Bridget because she asked me, so now I have to ask you. What are 3 things that Oh my God. What are 3 things you think you did really well? You're proud of yourself, even if it's not work related. Yeah, blame her in the corner.
Even if it's not work related.
Even it doesn't have to be.
I mean, okay. Oh well, one thing I'm very proud of is my lifestyle. I have the way that I have enhanced my lifestyle as far as going to the gym, changing the way that I eat a little bit, just a tiny bit, just a slither. Not too crazy. Let's not get ridiculous.
Yeah. You've been
But
doing good.
I've been doing
the
good.
wing. You cut down the wings, and I know that was hard for you.
Hey,
I said I know it was.
how did I cut down?
You
the
cut
wing?
it down
I
before.
just had Wingstop yesterday. I'm saying this to
This
you.
is so ugly.
To take that back. Don't ever talk on wings like that. Now, other things, soda.
Yes. Okay. I'll give you that. You love what was it, Pepsi or Coke?
Pepsi. Cherry Pepsi to be exact.
Yes, that's what it was. That's what it was.
I am the black aunt with the Newport. But no, seriously,
Your lifestyle.
working out, lifestyle, routine. I have a routine, guys. Listen, and although like Capricorn looking at me like, bitch, you should have been had a routine.
No, I have no
But-
routine. I have no discipline. That's the one thing that's not a Capricorn.
You have a routine. Capricorns have a routine. I don't have a routine, my nigga.
Okay.
I get up and wing it. Whatever hits me first. Whatever I think about. And also I have ADHD. So, hey, maybe I'll clean the bathroom, but maybe not. Maybe I will decide to be a marine biologist and look into things that are under the water
What?
and figure out what the fuck is going on underneath. What's happening? So there are questions. There's so many things.
Oh my God.
But I do have severe ADHD. Like it's another thing. I'm looking at actual like medical things to do about this ADHD because I don't have it together yet and I'm learning. And one of those things were routine, and she told me that starting that, even if you can't do the routine part, try going to the gym as much like every day or every other day, but make it a routine. After you make that a routine, you want other things to be a routine. So now I never made my bed. I make my bed every day.
Wow.
Never. When I say get up, gotta go. That's it. Pillows, don't know. I don't know that. But I actually make my bed. I get up in the morning. I walk my dog. Another thing that includes routine. After that, I make sure that I make a to-do list that is visual. That's for me to see in the living room. A dry and erase board that is the size of the studio. It's huge. I got to make sure that I have that. I am taking things like a routine way more seriously because I'm able to do more and then not feel so depressed and sad that I haven't done it and not feel like I haven't done anything, so I'm able to see it. So I think that's something that I'm very, very proud of. I lost 35 pounds, several inches.
The bad bitch. Okay. Period.
And
an annoying bitch at the same time. A bad, annoying bitch.
That's one thing that I'm very, very proud of. One thing, second thing I'm proud of, showing up for my friends. I have shown up for my friends and been able to be more present and been able to have stronger connections with my friends because I am putting that time in and actually prioritizing me showing up for them and being there. I think a lot of times I'm working and I'm in the house. I'm an in-the-house girl. I do like to be in the house. That's one thing about me.
Your house is cozy.
Okay? Very. And it's a lot. I like to spend my rent in there. So I like to spend time, but I think I have been very, very present for my friends. I've shown up to everybody's birthday. I've shown up to a wedding in Jamaica. And I have been there. Like I've been around. And I think this is my mom has said it, this is way more time than she's seen me in a few years. Like I have spent a lot of time seeing my mom, spending time with my family, reconnecting with people. So I think I'm very proud of that too, and being present with them as well. So those things. And then the third one.
I'm proud of you for actually keep going and not trying to deflect.
See? No, because when it comes to regular people, like just not professional shit, I am very proud of myself because I have showed up for myself in ways that I didn't think it was possible at all for a person like me. I don't think I ever even thought about it. So to be able to do these things and have a routine, I don't think people understand how crazy that is for me. Like I am very, let's just see what today brings. I am still like that, but I also get stuff done, which is very hard for me because before I had the diagnosis, and I'm dyslexic, didn't know that either. It's just
I'm trying not to laugh at her
because I didn't
like,
know.
It's the sound. It's the sound.
So, having these diagnoses, if it actually takes a lot off my back and makes me feel less crazy, because I felt like I was crazy and felt like I was getting nothing done but doing all these things at once, and it was absolutely nuts to me. So, yes, being able to find a way, not out of it, but to understanding it is better.
It is a big help. You know I have ADHD too, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, don't all black women. I
Yes.
tell my mom she got to get checked because
It's hereditary. So I don't know if you know this, but my new job, I actually work with providing resources for people with learning and thinking differences, dyslexia, dyscalculia, ADHD. That's what I do at my new job.
Excuse me?
So we're coming to the office.
So, and I'm actually one of my biggest, we'll talk about this later, but
No,
this,
I have issues. Like, hello?
no, I'm actually saying this on camera, not on the side, because I know that a lot of black women have it. Our last year has been focused on women with ADHD and also other learning and thinking differences and providing resources for them, because women are actually 21 million women are misdiagnosed. And it actually is one of the leading causes of depression in black women because of their undiagnosed learning and thinking differences. So I say all that to say, if y'all are watching this podcast, but also I will send you some stuff from work.
I'm dead serious.
And I will also tell you how to get your full evaluation, which is like 8 hours. It's a long thing, but it's 8 hours. But it also tells you the specific type of ADHD that you have. Because some are like with focus. Like me, I'm the exact opposite of you. I make a list every single day to make a routine, and I can't complete it. And it frustrates me because at the end of the day, I feel unaccomplished.
That's crazy.
It literally every day I make every week I make a list. Every day I make a list, and I will look at it and I'm paralysis analysis. I will analyze it like I'm doing it wrong. I won't do it. So I just don't do it.
I have hard things like that. That's why I make a separate one for big goals. Like I have day stuff and then a week thing. Like if it's not done this week, I understand, but that's a big goal. You know what I'm saying? I sit that over there. I hardly look over there. I look day to day.
Yeah. I have one specific, I literally for the last 4 years, 4 years, I bought one specific planner because it's exactly how I want it.
Yeah.
Because I think I got a touch of autism too, but that's a different. I know.
But they said that.
They said that Asperger's is not recognized as autism anymore, and I know. I be talking to Matthew, my youngest brother who has it. I be like, Matt, we sounded like twins.
It's just my sensitivity to noise.
And the social
things.
interaction.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things.
But I thought that was my ADHD, which is what also scared me from doing this podcast because Hi, I'm Uninspired, because when people are talking to me, it's very hard for me to hold on. My mind, you'll say a sentence and I'll think about several questions on this sentence and won't listen to your full thing. And it scares me because I want to be present and I want to be there.
Oh my God.
But I have a hard time not just, laying out the questions, wanting the questions to be good, thinking about that, but also listening to what their perspective is because I really do care and I really do want to hear it. But I just didn't trust myself I don't trust my mind sometimes. And it's hard
I get
for
that.
me.
I when I tell you we can have a different conversation, because then your mother will kill me and I don't want to part. But we can have a whole separate conversation about this because it has been really hard the last few years because I feel like the things that I love to do require a certain level of presence and focus that I have not had. And I feel like it's been getting worse.
Same.
And I got on medicine for a little bit. And then I've gotten off of it because it wasn't the right medicine for me. But I also feel like knowing what to do and having the diagnosis and looking at resources has been helpful. And also having a community of people where it's like, bitch, my ADHD is on 1,000 today. And even being able to just say it out loud sometimes brings me back. Because it's like, I have to remind, like, girl, you know you acting like this because you got the adad.
Yeah.
Like, you know you got the adad. Like,
You got the adad.
like
I'm going to start saying that.
You know what you got. Like, bitch, this is not you. You
Yeah.
had the idea.
Yeah.
Your mind works.
Yeah.
It's just today may not be the day for you to execute it.
Right.
So I think that's it. One,
It's
I
very
want to hear your last thing that you're proud of. Don't. I saw it. What's the last thing?
I thought, okay.
And bringing us back because of the odd.
That. I'm sorry not to say it, but doing High on Uninspired, I didn't think I could do it, and even though it's only literally one episode,
A 20,000K viewed episode.
it is.
Period.
That's amazing to
And
me.
did.
But just watching it and not having any moments of like, of course, I mean, don't be ridiculous. Now, I am severely critical of myself, so there are just a lot of critiques. But also, to me, just being there and able to even watch it makes me feel good, and also hearing that people are inspired by it, because that's the point, feels good. So, it really does satisfy the 13-year-old me who wanted to do this long time ago, who wanted to figure out what exactly her impact would be in this world, especially with how they look down on girls my hue and girls who are just black. So it's just it's a blessing to be able to do something like this and be able to show it to my 13-year-old self and be able to have her be proud. Because I say it in the interview too before, is that I felt like I kept losing sight of the girl that believes so heavily in me, who really does still hold out hope for me when old me is like, this fucking done. It's a wrap. I hate this. And it's still the younger me that's like, no. But remember, we wanted to do this. Remember, we like to do that. We would like to try this. And so to have that younger girl still be present with me and still hold on and not give up on me is so.
All right, I have one more question. I'm lying. But this was a good question. I feel like. Well, actually, no, it's a good
Ask it.
What do you pray for?
Oh,
I feel like that's so good.
This is crazy. I pray. Well, I pray for my mom's health. I think that's the first thing that I pray about. I pray to keep my mom healthy, to keep my mom happy. I know that sounds crazy that it's not a prayer about me, but it's usually just a prayer about my family. Lately, I haven't been praying for anything. I have been being so gracious with God. I have been thanking him constantly this year.
Amen.
Even I've had some really down times this year where I've still sat or kneeled and said thank you. Because through this, I still have the things that I love.
Things
and
that
I
you
know
prayed for before.
things that I prayed for before. And I have the tools that you've given me to withstand this, whatever it is. So I haven't been praying for anything. I guess I do pray that, it gets better. Everything gets better. But I mostly pray for people outside of me. Like my family, my friends. And I just, I pray that my family and my friends are happy because they make me happy. As long as they are happy, I'm happy.
Okay, I love it. Well, first of all, a praise is still a prayer.
Yeah.
So when you
And
are
I give
grateful,
praise for sure.
when you are grateful, it is still a prayer because prayer is nothing but talking to God. So
that's it. And that's all I do. I really spend a lot of time being so thankful because there were years ago when I felt like there was nothing to be thankful for.
The dark ages.
Dark. And although there are dark ages, there were dark ages this year.
Yeah.
but I was able to handle them a bit differently. That grief shit took a lot out of me, though.
It always does.
But yeah, that's what I'm grateful for. I think God is finally seeing that I'm starting to see myself a bit clearer. So I'm grateful for that too.
Well, I'm grateful for you, and not just coming on this podcast, but like our friendship.
I'm grateful for your friendship. You are one of the most sincere, genuine people in this. I don't care if you think you're not in my industry, but you in my industry.
Okay.
In this industry. And to be able to still have that authenticity, because baby, I've seen it leave, walk out of people's spirit. I've seen it and not look back. So to see you and other people who really don't let the outside ruin the inside, because the outside is a mess.
It's a hot ass mess.
And I see the reason why I'm able to do things and also not have it break me is because I've watched other people like Bridget or like you or like my friends Gia or Sylvia or things. I have watched girls go through it and still have to get up at the end of the day and say, well, we try again tomorrow. And you try again tomorrow. You try again tomorrow. And I'm blessed to have these types of people around to be able to watch. Because I don't think I would be. Fuck. I know I wouldn't be here. I don't even know what I'm thinking here. Are you crying, Bridget?
She's sick.
But no, it's just because I think it has to be said that, like, the girls are going through some wars, man. Some battles. I wouldn't say wars. I'm going to say battles. There'll be some battles that we have to fight through and still put on a face at the end of the day.
100%.
And then act as if it's not bothering me. Act as if I'm okay. Because if it's bothering me, then, I'm pressed. So
you're emotional.
I'm emotional.
You're an angry black woman.
I'm angry. I'm aggressive. I'm all these things. I've been called everything. But honestly, watching people in my industry, women in my industry, take the same types of hits and be like, well, gotta do this again in the morning because we love it.
And this was supposed to be, but I'm going to say this. I will say, and you know this has been my prayer for all of y'all. I've said this to you since, I think I've been saying this since before I moved to California.
Yeah.
Like, I pray over y'all all the time that this industry does not change the good people that I know y'all to be and be my friends. And it is hard. And it's actually one of the reasons, and Sean, shout out to Sean again, Sean, the producer, Sean yells at me all the time because I do not like being the center of attention. I do not like the spotlight. A lot of times when he's like, we do this, one of the reasons I did one of the interview also with me is because he's like, you are part of the show. The show is also about you as the host. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's about the guests. And he's like, no, it's not. It's about you. And I hate being the center of attention because I see what the industry and entertainment can do to people. And sometimes I doubt if I'm strong to really be in it, like in it. And I think also that's why I separate myself and make sure I'm like separate. But I think that you and Bridget and Gia and Sylvia have navigated so much with such grace that, like, I have no choice but to be like filled with gratitude that my prayers have been answered. So
yeah,
I appreciate you for saying that, but also, like, actually, no, full stop. I appreciate you for saying that. We're just gonna stop.
Thank you.
Growth.
I appreciate it because I was about to really.
I
Stop
know. We would have started another segment.
But
so
yes.
Thank you for doing this. Like I said, I'm very grateful for this.
Of course.
Well overdue. It's coming back, and you will hold me accountable because I know you will curse me out.
I will.
I'm sure everybody knows already, but tell them where they can find you on social.
Scottie Beam on everything, on Twitter, on Instagram, Blue Sky shit. I don't know what people got anymore.
We be on Blue Sky doing nothing.
I don't know nothing. in.
It's a waiting room at this point.
My God.
We're just
waiting for X to fall completely. And then
Yeah.
everybody's
I also
gonna go.
wish they would take the blue sky at the end of my name, but
I don't like
I can't.
it.
It's so long. It's a
It's
sentence.
too stupid.
Like, is this a website?
I hate it. Yeah, I hated everything about it. But it's nice.
Yeah.
You know?
And where can they listen to Hi, I'm Uninspired?
You can go Hi, I'm Uninspired on YouTube. And that's it. Because I'm not going to overextend. It's going to be on YouTube. That is it. Full stop.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube Shorts as well. YouTube Shorts.
Make sure both of them. Both.
Shorts. But yeah, those things. Those are the things. So that's it.
Okay. Thank you for taking this time with me.
Oh God,
and
Sio.
I'm so excited. Oh wow. Listen, I was trying. She said 4 times I'm trying to be serious. Now me trying to be serious is a joke.
Taking this time with me.
It is, I'm. You
yes.
know what?
Yes.
I'm actually no. I'm gonna stand 10 toes down. What the fuck I just said. Thank you for taking this time with me because 1, you came over the bridge. 2,
you over the bridge as well.
I mean, it's my podcast. I came over. You came over the bridge. It is. It is the midst of your hell week, aka everybody in your family's birthday.
Yes.
It is the holiday season.
Yeah.
And you know, you did not have to do this. You did not have to do this, but you did, and I'm appreciative. So that's why I'm saying I really want to take this time to thank you for real, because you did not have to.
And as long as I have breath in my lungs, I will show up for the people that I love, and I have no problem doing this over and over again. I would also like a podcast episode with me, Bridget, and you. Thank you.
Okay.
Because I am so tired of looking at her nod and bobble her head on the side and piss me off.
Maybe we could do like a one-off thing. But yeah.
I like a one-off because we would talk.
Yeah.
Because we got things to talk about.
Yeah, it could be take the L, everybody's L but us.
Yeah.
Take your L.
Yeah. Actually.
So y'all can take your L.
Your L. Because I like to talk about that.
I hate.
Oh, you know who I'm talking about.
I don't.
All right.
Like her. Thank you. All right,
baby, you gotta
see y'all
swallow
next time,
that L.
There will be a next time. And
that L
we're gonna
is
make sure
stuck here. That L, you can't even, bitch, wash it down. Wash down that L, baby. You can't swallow it. You know, it's hard for you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Sorry,
Don't
Sean.
be sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry because also retweet.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know how I feel.
Yeah.
Well, a different episode.
Care how deep that throat is. That shit will never
Heard it's not that good.
go and swallow it. I heard the same thing.
But that's a
Stay
good.
blessed.
You can find Take the L podcast on. You can find Take the L podcast on YouTube. Take the L podcast on Instagram.
Stop.
And I haven't created a TikTok yet, but maybe they'll start eventually. You know.
Oh yeah, and TikTok. Yes.
You do because you be on TikTok.
I do be on TikTok.
You really
It's
do
good
be on
time
TikTok.
over there.
Yeah,
we're not gonna have it for long.
say if I do nothing with this platform, tell me how to save TikTok, please.
Please, I love TikTok.
I will tell the Chinese my social security
I
number
have
directly.
straight. I gave them my face. What you need?
Whatever you
What
want.
you need? I don't care. Eyes? What you need? Fingerprint? Got it.
I built my algorithm brick by brick.
I've learned so much from TikTok.
I've learned so much from actually there's such a big ADHD community on TikTok.
Yeah, see, they try to force feed me it, but I don't know if they're.
I'll send you the ones that actually make sense.
Thank you. Because I'm like, that can't be.
But TikTok's coming because you know what? I'm going to sign up so they know that I still support them.
100%.
So yes. All right. Thank you. Hopefully another episode's coming soon.
It will.
It will. I have the next guest lined up. It's supposed to be Mouse.
Oh.
Exactly. So, all right, y'all. Peace out.